Amazon just changed SEO forever. Starting July 27th, you would have to have less than 75 characters of titles. And that means if you have titles at like 200 characters, those would need to come down to 75 or less number of characters. Now, most of you are like, that's not even enough keywords, right? And Amazon basically made the shift to realize that on mobile view, these titles would have better visibility. For example, the shorter the title, the easier it is to read on your phone. And if you just go to your products on Amazon on your mobile view, you would see that the titles are they're basically long enough. And to read a complete title, you would have to click on the product and go into the product page to just read the whole title. And Amazon was like, that's not right, and we just have to reduce the number of characters. And that would even happen on the desktop view now. Also note that the day I am recording this video is probably 21st of June, and after 2 days we have Prime Day, so please do not touch your titles before Prime Days, and even don't touch them until Amazon strictly enforces these title requirements, because most of the time Amazon says that they'll do this. For example, they'll enforce the rule, but they never do it. And they've done this numerous times in the past couple of years. And for brands that have millions and millions of dollars worth of sales on Amazon, you would be losing your rankings. And for example, if you take out a couple of keywords and if you change your titles, there's obviously going to be change in your keyword ranks. And the best thing that you can do if you want to really make the change before they start enforcing the rules, I would suggest that go and A/B test your titles. And all you have to do is just get your new title for the product. And if it's less than 75 characters, A/B test it against your current title before applying the new title and before 27th July. So I would start the A/B test at least 2 weeks before and see what happens if the new title gets any traction, if I lose any rankings. If I do, then just be careful. And we honestly can't do anything because we just have to follow what Amazon really tells us to do, right? But the good thing is, I built a free tool that would allow you to reduce all your titles. If you have a big catalog and you're like, I don't know what to keep in my titles, my tool would do this for absolutely free. Just upload your category listing report and it would reduce your titles to 75 characters or less. I will show you the tool right now. So this is my tool, and I am assuming most of you know what the category listing report is. This is a report within your Amazon that has all the products in your catalog. And you simply have to upload the report and all the titles would go below 75 characters. For example, I have the report on hand and I'm just going to drag it here, and within seconds you would see that it would give me the new updated titles. On the left hand side, these were the old titles. On the right hand side, these are the new titles that are within the 75 character limitations. Now, most of these would be correct, some of these would not be accurate, and you would need to double check everything. For example, I'm already seeing the colors that we have are not, they're sort of getting broken down into some of the titles. In here, it's not, it's perfect, and you can simply approve this title. Everything that looks good, you can keep approving, and anything that needs to be changed. For example, we have a cutoff in here, and I would not approve this title, right? Maybe I could reduce some of the keywords in here and add the color that I have, or I would just have to remove my color, and then you can approve it when you have it correct. Once you do all of this, you can simply download the revised category listing report, and you would just have to click here. You would get the report and you can simply upload it back to Amazon and your titles would be changed. But again, as I said, before you do any of this, please double check your titles and please go through the A/B test on Amazon, which is where you can A/B test your titles against your current titles and see if it makes sense to change titles and do I lose any rankings if I do all of this. Now I'm going to attach the link of the tool right in the YouTube description, and you can go through the tool and see if it's a good tool to use. By the way, you can also upload the category listing report to Claude, which in this case would be a lot better because my tool isn't built on memory of Claude and ChatGPT, but you can just upload it to a good version of Claude and it would do a lot better job, right? But again, double check everything and see if it makes sense. Tell Claude to give you the category listing report exactly as it is with the updated titles, so you could go into Amazon and upload it. Now, for those of you who don't know how to get your category listing report and are new to Amazon reports, in your Sales Central, you go to reports, click on inventory reports, and it will take you at a tab like this. You would have to change this to category listing report. Do not put in anything in here. You can, by the way, if you want to just filter for active listings, you can do that. For example, it would be easier to just get active listings instead of all the listings, including the inactive ones. Just do that and request the report. Once you request your report, it will start downloading. It takes like 2 to 3 minutes and then you'll have it downloaded. I hope this video makes it a lot easier for you to update your titles. Again, I would really tell you not to update them now because we are going into Prime Day and your rankings will just go down, right? And please make sure that Amazon actually enforces this tool and they do not recall this statement. A week before enforcing the new rule, they would sometimes just say, hey, we're not doing it. And if you changed your titles, please go back and go back to the titles that you had before. So I would suggest to wait until most of the brands do it. That's it. Thanks so much.